of UnQuantized podcast. Let me get rid of this little thing right here.
Yes, sir.
Man, what is good, brother? We missed two shows, so a lot has happened.
Oh yeah. Dang, it was two.
Yeah, we missed two, bro. We missed the whole Alabama brawl. We missed
that's a good topic.
we missed a Travis release. I guess we could talk about today. We missed quite a few things. But shoot, what you get into this week?
Man, I've been chilling, dog. I just been working, thugging it out, dog, playing golf. I say working. I really just been playing golf and trying to figure out my life. You know what I mean? Having fun.
I mean,
a lot of partying.
Working the plan. You had a birthday too.
I did, man. So my birthday was cool, man. I went out to this place and they had like giant Jenga, which I destroy everybody. You know what I mean? Top tier Jenga player.
Anybody steady hand.
You know what I mean? So they had like giant Jenga, Connect Four, old arcade games, bowling, cornhole, which, I feel like, me being from Virginia, I'm automatically good. It's just like, it's in my blood. It's like I just picked up the beanbag and I just started throwing it. I was going crazy, dog. So,
It's something natural.
Yeah, just something light. So, yeah. And then I went out, partied a little bit, entertaining time with a bunch of people. Sean Garrett, I ran into Sean Garrett. Good seeing him. Ran into Bow Wow. I ran into JD. Who else? Division. It was a bunch of people there. Tony Rock.
Super Atlanta lineup.
Too Short was there. I didn't even realize Too Short was there. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, interesting times, man. What about you, man?
Did you follow B? Did you follow that?
I was disappointed they didn't play that song. They should have played it.
How do you not play Blow the Whistle if Too Short is in the building?
I don't think people knew he was there. I didn't really realize he was there until I started looking back at the footage. I'm like, is that Too Short? Yeah, he was just running around with 2 Chainz.
Wait, so I got a question for you. Since you had a birthday, as a producer, do producers ask for like producer type stuff on their birthday? Like, do you ever people like, what do you want for your birthday? Do you ever ask for anything production related at all?
Yo, I'm a firm believer. Give me the gift card. Because people be messing it up, dog. You know what I'm saying?
My dog.
Like, even with clothes, like, don't pick out the clothes for me. You don't know my taste. You know what I mean? You're going to pick out something I don't necessarily like. You know what I mean? Just give me the money. Let me just finesse it. You know what I mean?
Bruh, I'm with you. I'm like, now I want to get people what they want. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to spend mad time trying to guess what you want, probably get it wrong. I'm going to waste that time. I'm going to give you something. You're going to appreciate the gesture, but it ain't really what you would have got with that amount of money. So why not just give the person the money or the gift card and let them get what they really want? That's being a true friend right there.
You know what I ask people? I say, yo, what is something that you want but you wouldn't buy normally? You know how you always got this stuff like those little pocket little game beat maker things? I would never buy it for myself personally. Yeah, if it was just me, I don't think I would just buy one. But if someone gave it to me, I would use it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one of those things. To me, those are good gifts because it's like, you know what I mean?
Nah, that's a little dope idea. I like that.
Little pocket.
Yeah. I gotta get better, man. My birthday's coming up. I gotta think if I want to go the producery route or I'm gonna get the same thing every year. I always be like, yeah, nothing.
That's all
nothing.
That's all I am.
That's it. That's all I want.
Bro, I should have did more because my birthday is 808. Of course, I had the craziest producer birthday of all times. I was destined, as I say, to be a producer. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't even make no social posts. You know how it is when you be in the moment, dog, and then people start posting the story, and I was like, oh, repost. But I was doing a lot of stuff that day. I was running around, so I ain't really show off on the gram like I should have. But it's coming.
I feel you. How far in advance as producers should you plan for something like that? Because I didn't do anything either. And sometimes that stuff is like a last minute thought, but then I'm like, I'm just going to enjoy the day. So like, how far in advance, technically, should a producer plan for that type of thing?
You got to do it like girls be planning their birthday posts 2 weeks in advance. They didn't got their fit. They didn't did the photo shoot. It's edited and back with enough time to schedule. You know what I'm saying?
Dog, the birthday photo shoot is wild.
Yeah, girls be going crazy with the birthday photo shoot, dog.
That's why I saw it was 808 day. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing it this year. Maybe next year.
But then as we get into the next topic, the hip hop 50 was going on around that time too. You know what I mean? Shout out to hip hop.
Yes, sir.
It's crazy because it's like hip hop is really getting old. It's like we see it. It's like I don't want to say it's slowing down. It's changing though. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's getting older. It's like it's maturing. It's becoming different stuff. You know what I mean?
Evolving.
It's evolving. You know what I mean? So it's like it's crazy just to see how far it's come. You know what I mean? And shout out to Melly Mel for help starting it, but also almost help running it.
Man, listen, that was wild. So for context, I mean, everybody knows at this point, and we could get back into the actual like concert and celebration, but yeah, the one of the pioneers, man, he was like, yo, beef, it's what's for dinner. Went at or back at the killer. Boy, it's the battle you never saw coming. And after it was over, it's the battle you never want to see again.
It's like when you go to a cookout and then your uncle is like, let me show you how to dance. And then they play like whatever the new song is, like a brand new song. And then he does like the jitterbug. And you like, bro, what? Uncle, sit your old, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
Like, and walk off like, killed it. Dog killed that.
Bro, I don't know if you ever seen this, a clip of like Hannibal and T-Pain. And he's like rapping like the old, he's like, hippity hop, hoppity hip. That's every time I heard that Millie Mel record, that's what I thought of with that joint. It's like, this is hip hop. This is how I rap. I was like, bro, this is the worst.
It's bad because I actually know that Hannibal Buress rap on that show by heart. That's how funny that shit is.
It was great.
But yeah, but it shows like the evolution of hip hop. Because when you have someone who's a purist, that's where it came from. It came from that. And to be honest with you, the person he was battling is kind of like the ultimate evolution of how technically far you can take the art form to a degree. So there's never been a more polarizing battle in the world. And that battle within itself wasn't really a battle, but that shows the whole evolution of hip hop. And I will say this, respecting what was first is always key. However, I saw a few people out there that would just automatically be like, it's better because it was first. That is almost always never true. And I'm kind of tired of seeing that narrative. Like, for instance, the Model T, one of the first cars, probably the second car, maybe around 1920, whenever, it was the hottest car. However, you can't be like a Model T is better than a new Tesla today just because it was first. It is arguably worse in every way, but hey, it crawled so the Tesla could fly or whatever. But stop thinking because something was first, it was better. We got to cut that out.
It's like saying Bob Cousy is the best NBA player. It's like, no, dog. He was playing with teachers, and he was playing with the plumber, the teacher down the street. Then these guys are better. You know what I mean? Time always makes it's just like my brother didn't like the conversation. I don't know if it was just a weird conversation because I didn't mean it like that. You know how you say something and it comes off kind of weird? But I was saying how the youngest kid always has the advantage, and I'm the youngest, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, because you get to learn from their mistakes, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, I came up off of, hey, I got to learn off of everybody, you know what I'm saying? But the way I said it sounded kind of weird. So I had to revise. You know how sometimes you know, it was one of those moments. I had to revise it. But, you know, the new person always gets the vibe. You know what I mean? That's how it goes.
On the shoulders of giants, as they say. But they had a Hip Hop 50 concert at Yankee Stadium. They had Rock the Bells too. But the main concert, which I still have to watch, is the one at Yankee Stadium. Bruh, I don't know how many hours it was. But I missed the beginning of it. I was actually on a live with three of the homies as it was going on, maybe around 9, 10 something, you know, just super hip hopping it up, just chopping it up about hip hop. One of the homies had it on TV. He's just announcing like who's on stage. And I'm like, yo, this is fire. I figure I'm online for an hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours. I get off. It's still like so many hours left in the concert. I fell asleep.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. Did it wake you up?
I got to go back and watch it.
Did it wake you up like the Kearney Thomas? It was like DJ
Yes,
Khaled yelling it at you and wake you up like, oh, where am I?
bruh. I felt like I fell asleep watching BET Uncut, and I woke up to the Sunday morning service.
In God.
Yeah, I'm like, oh no, girl, get out of here. But no, it was crazy. It was some super highlights. Even though I only saw an hour of it, I'm gonna go back this week and watch it in chunks, like homework. You know what I mean? But the highlights were it's Run DMC's last performance.
Oh, wow.
That's dope for them. I think a significant thing about that is you never hear anyone tell you it's their last performance without seeming crazy. Because you heard people do the fake retirement type of thing before. Like, no, these are people, they've literally been doing this for almost, if not 50 years.
The whole time.
The whole time. Like, yo, I'm out of here.
Yeah,
I'm out of here.
Give me the 401k.
Facts. I thought that was dope. Snoop, I saw his hosting part. I know he didn't host the entire thing, I don't think. Snoop is one of the best hosts ever, bro. He can host anything, bro.
Snoop just lives a great life. If you could design your life like anybody, because Snoop can literally show up and do anything and make money from it. If Snoop said, I want to go play soccer, someone's gonna pay Snoop mad money to play soccer. Just to be hang around, smoke, and play. I'm like, who else can just do that? Him and Shaq, or you could just show up and do whatever.
That's
like,
right.
That's what I do.
Shaq turned Home Depot into a video shoot.
And then
a week after he saw a cute girl online that worked there, he went to Home Depot and made a whole video.
Like, I'm about to do a DJ set and then go holler at this girl at Home Depot before I go to TNT. And I'm like, yo, that's a crazy life. Right. That's a crazy life.
After my ping pong tournament with Mark Cuban.
And you know Shaq be making beats too.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Yo, by the way, shout out to Busy. Shout out to Ponzu in here. Shout out to DJ Wiseman. Ponzu, I got something I want to holler at you about, brother.
Yeah.
Something dope. But anyway, the Hip Hop 50 joint is really dope. I wish I could point out more highlights that I saw, but I really have to go back and watch it because I was being hip hop as the hip hop thing was going on. So it was just too much hip hop going on.
Yeah. It's crazy how some beats like transfer through time, like they still work. And then some beats you hear and you be like, bro, this sounds so dated at the time. But like when I hear Mobb Deep, it's like it doesn't age. None of those records like to me, they just the same impact as like, you know, it's like it's crazy how like music can transition like that. Like certain records just hit no matter what the time is.
A lot of Wu-Tang stuff is like that too.
Yeah.
It's just so much them. It reflects them more than it actually reflected the time. And I think that's what kind of keeps it timeless, like a Mobb Deep or a Wu-Tang or something like that. So man, shout out to all the pioneers. I will say that.
And shout out to Melly Mel for making that. Beat selection is important. That's another thing that taught me is one, don't be the old man in the room that don't have no young energy around you. Like as I'm getting older, I don't want to be the oldest person. I need young energy around me. Like that's why I work with like Chamber. That's where it's like you need those people that's like,
yeah, bro,
think differently than you. That's gonna keep you young because then you make situations like that Melly Mel record, and that was one of the worst beat selections I've heard in so long. Oh my God.
All right. So now that we're here, and this is a production podcast, and this is not shooting, but I have legit questions. I'm happy you brought this up.
Like, how do you find that beat? What do you
that has to be? He had to have made that beat himself.
Like, if you was going on YouTube to search that, what do you type in?
There's no way you knew the words to search. There's no way you knew somebody to call that had one of those on hand, just in the pocket. He had to have made that beat himself on a machine that he had since back then.
Yeah, his little cousin made that joint. It's like, we about to kill this. We about to kill the game.
Dog. No one talks about the beat. I'm like, yo, where did that beat come from, bro? I need the story, bro. I need the deets on the beats, bro.
Yeah. That should be like a thing where we like go behind really bad beats, like historically bad beats, where it's like, you know what I mean? We deep dive to see. I just don't want to shit on people though.
Don't want to be shooting. Yeah.
I don't like that energy, but I do be wanting to know, like, bro, this was really bad, dog.
I'm with you. That seemed like more of a conversation that we would have on the phone versus like a podcast episode. But damn, that would be hot. Shit, we can't do that, bro.
You gotta do it like you gotta do it like Chris Hansen style. Like you gotta set them up, and then they gotta come. You're like, yo,
just
sir, on the song you're 808. It wasn't in key at all, sir. Like, is this an intervention?
Yo,
production intervention is crazy.
The kickback. Yes, everybody get ready for the kickback. That's what your man said. Yo, a production intervention. I like it.
Crazy.
Like, bro, put that 808 down. Just put it down. We got to talk to you.
Sign out of the Fruity Loops. Don't update no more.
Damn. We should. No, that's a great idea. Like, if you have a friend that needs a production intervention, you should go ahead and sign them up for our joint. And then we just do a production intervention. We make them think that we want to hear their beats. And then we're like, actually, we're here because of your friend Chris. Chris, come on in. And Chris jump on the joint like, bro. Come on, bro.
Come on, we're gonna do a breakout room. Come on, Chris.
Yeah, gotta stop using the D'Angelo chicken grease snare. You gotta stop, bro. Yeah,
you're not Stargate. This is in 2007.
You gotta stop using the Kill Bill siren, bro.
Mm-hmm. You're not 808 Mafia. Southside said, let it go.
If you make another beat to say, oh.
Zay told me personally.
Zay told me. We actually have someone in the room. Zay, come on in here, please.
Zay.
Just stop pulling people up.
Stop doing those piano runs like me. And Zay just
Hey, we got one vote for the producer intervention. That's a fire joint.
And then we're gonna do the spinoff where we do the rappers. We tackle the rappers where their career is not popping off. And then we just let them know, like, hey, bro. You know what I mean? The warehouse might be your way. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
There you go. There you go. Or get into a league of your own, bro. Get into a league of your own.
We got to get worried about getting stabbed like the dude from Cheaters. Remember that? Do you remember that episode of Cheaters and he got stabbed?
Dog. I think he got stabbed more than once, though.
Yo, he was a wild dude. Joey Greco was a crazy dude.
Dog. Sociopath energy. Crazy. How do you?
What's your favorite terrible rap song that was a terrible beat? Ooh, what's the song that had the terrible beat?
I might have to mull this one over, but that's a good question, bro.
But sometimes terrible beats are like good though. I don't know how to explain it. Sometimes I like a good terrible beat. Like Young Thug got a song called I want to say it's like Money on the Dresser on his new project. It's like the beat is wrong, but it's like good. I don't know how to explain it. It's like the notes are kind of wrong. You know what I mean? It's like
I wish we could play music on here because I gotta listen to that.
The beat sounds like somebody smoked a backwood and then they just like click something in like 2 minutes and it just came out really jamming. But it's like you hear it and you be like, wait, is that no right? You know what I mean? It's one of those.
No, it's
like,
not
looking
right.
at it like something's wrong about this, but I like it. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to think of just terrible ones. I just knock them out my head.
I got one. It may or may not be a hot take, but once I say it, you can see how I say this. To me, Laffy Taffy is like that.
Ooh,
that
beat.
Do
you like it or you
no?
Don't?
I think the beat is corny. I always thought the beat was corny. However, the song goes, and it is a part of hip hop history. Like if it comes on, I'm going with the song. But in my mind, I'm like, yo, this beat is not it. But this song in this moment in hip hop is it. It's like a bad movie. Some movies are bad and you love to watch them because they're bad, but they're good.
That dude K-Rab to me, he had a lot of those records where they're like really good and I love them, but they were like really simple and random. But they had some joints, bro. Laffy Taffy is that bass, bro, that they have on that record is crazy though. That 808 on that joint, so different, dog. Him, you know, somebody who got a bass that's like people don't talk about is DJ Monte, bro. DJ Monte, incredible producer, had I'm sure he's still doing his thing. I know Monte's probably on the radio. Yeah, he one of the people that always, but like he got a run like Apple Bottom Jeans, was like DJ Unk, all of them joints, and then that bass on them records is so clean, bro. I mean, it was like early 808s, but
I want to know. I need the collection of 8s.
Yeah, his joints, it was crazy. Monte had them records, man.
Yeah, shout out to DJ Monte, man. Hold on, we got some chatness going on here.
White T. Oh, come on. White T is a great
beat.
No,
that's legit.
Come on. See,
that is legit.
I think it's different for me because it's like I grew up on those records. So it's like
that's your era.
That is my like childhood. It's like all of those records. So it's like I like it, you know what I mean? But I can't see why. It's a wrongness to it. It's like a, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But that's what Crime Mob got a lot of records like that where they sound like cheap and it sounds wrong. But then you're like, dang,
super cheap.
Yeah.
Super cheap. DJ Wiseman said the I Am a God song by Kanye.
Oh yeah, that was a little weird.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
The one on Yeezus where it's like the weird that was weird.
Yeah, that wasn't my album. Anyway. Well, talking about that though, I know we jumping topics, but it's a good segue into what do you think about people calling Utopia a throwaway Yeezus joint?
I'm sure it's a lot of those records did sound like Kanye West records. Like it's the one where it's like the little la, 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 that sounds like a Kanye West record. Like he wrote it for Kanye and then Kanye ain't take it and then he was like, all right, I'll keep it.
Yeah. The one beat, what's that? Modern Jam? That was the like a snippet of something that Kanye actually did a song to. And it leaked or it kind of came out. I cannot remember the name of the song, but I'm like, oh, that's the beat to that Kanye joint.
Oh yeah.
But overall, man, what did you think of the album, production-wise?
Production-wise, incredible. Travis always like produces well. Like to me, he understands how to make stuff interesting, but like keeping it simple. Like he uses the same melody a lot and just changes the sound out, just like filtered. And you know, to me, he's really good at space and understanding like sonics. It's just Travis stuff be so dark, bro. It's like I got to be in a mood to listen to it. It's like I can't only listen to it so much, you know what I mean? Because it's just like it's just all half steps.
Yeah, it's like half step God, bro.
Ain't nothing major about any of these chords. I mean, when I say major, I mean like happy about it. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. It's dark. It's going up a half step, going down a half step. The beat is going to change, and the beats will get progressively darker as the beat changes. The thing about the Travis album, and I agree with you, the production is always so layered and so rich. It's super dope. It's very dark, but I prefer dark music. So as we're thinking about that, I'm like, well, what's the difference? I like dark music, but I don't like sad music. So I guess the description of the type of music I like, if it's dark and it's not sad, it's hard. I just like my music to sound hard, but like, don't get sad on me. Like, nah, don't do that.
It's crazy though, because I feel like production, you starting to see like these different drum patterns. Like Lil Durk got one on his album, bro, and the beat is such a weird beat, but it's so jamming, bro. And it's just like a weird drum pattern, the samples and vocals that people are using. I'm like, okay, it's like people are starting to get creative again. I felt like we were in a weird spot where people weren't being creative, but now I'm like, okay, starting to hear certain stuff where I'm like impressed again. Like it was a while where I'm like, I'm not impressed by nothing, bro. I don't hear nothing that excites me. Only thing that I would listen to was like selection stuff because it would be new. It's people trying the colorful. The whole point of people trying to make selection is because I'm making random weird beats, just like avant-garde. You know what I mean? Like that's the whole point, you know? So I'm glad, like to me, Travis is always like production-wise, like him. I wanted to Mike Dean work on this one. Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
He said, I think Wiseman said, I think it had a lot of Kanye elements because of Mike Dean was involved. So that makes sense.
Yeah, and they, like I said, there's a lot of leftover, I won't say leftover stuff from Donda, but you know, you cut a whole bunch of songs, you got something that might not have made the album, but you're like, nah, this hard. I'm gonna keep this for me. Yeah, and rightfully so. Like, come on, bro. And quick question. Is Utopia better than Yeezus, in your opinion?
Oh yeah.
By far. Now, is Utopia better than Donda, in your opinion?
Yeah, because I haven't went back to listen to Donda at all. I've listened to Travis a few times.
You know what? I think I'm gonna have to agree. I feel like in my mind, Donda might have been a more solid album, but the replay value on it was so little. Like you, I listened to it once, maybe 1.5 times with this Travis joint for like a week at least. I rocked this album forward and backward.
No,
It's crazy.
And to Travis's point too, Travis is the writer for Kanye on a lot of stuff. So Kanye probably sounds a lot like Travis. It's not that Travis sounds like Kanye. It's that Kanye sounds like Travis, you know?
Facts.
So
Facts, because if you think about it, Travis has always sounded this way or similar to this way. Kanye started sounding that way once he got around Travis, Mike Dean, etc. So for anybody that's not clear on that narrative, just think about it that way.
Bro, I don't know. I heard this record with Rick Ross. I don't know what the record is. It sounded like a Kanye West record from like 2006, but it sounded new. But it was like soul sample, chipmunk soul sample, weird clap. And I was trying to Shazam it and it went off. And I was like, bro, what is this record? It was a Rick Ross soul sample and it sounded like Kanye production, like an old Kanye, but modern drums. It was weird.
Do you think was it an old Rick Ross song? Or you think it was a newer song?
I couldn't tell, bro. But I was so confused because I had never heard it. But the music sounded really modern. It sounded like the drums were like new. It's not like an older song to me. But as far as like the programming and stuff, it sounded like an old like ASR 10 Kanye kind of joint. I was like, man, that's crazy.
Come on, man. Don't be using trigger words on here.
Right. Yeah.
That's a trigger word. I'm
yeah,
like,
exactly.
That man said ASR.
Man.
But yeah, man, no, the Travis album, I thought it was fire. That's what I've been listening to lately. I tried to listen to other stuff. Not really going down like that. Production wise, the Travis thing got me captivated.
Yeah, he always goes crazy production wise. He's solid, bro. Travis always does his thing.
What this chat talking about? I feel like we got some.
Let's see. Ponzu says Travis posts Uzi and Trippy recent albums all crazy. Yeah, I ain't gonna front. Uzi joined the fire. Shout out to my boy Post.
Oh yeah, shout out to Young Matty. Hey,
you know he's on there. I forgot what number it is, but he did a joint on there. So shout out to my dog, man. Matty like did a lot of guitar work for me. I've known him for years, so I'm happy for him. I haven't heard Post. I need to hear Post, but Trippy, I heard some crazy stuff from him too. So
I didn't hear Trippy. I heard Post. Half a Post. Dope. I mean, expensive. Yeah, some people's stuff just sounds expensive.
Sounds like a budget.
Oh yeah, but you hear the budget, like in the snare. You hear the budget. You hear the budget everywhere. So yeah, shout out to Post,
Joshua. You hear the snare,
right? Like sounds like money.
Sounds like high budget. Yeah.
Amazing album. Dope that it's so unpredictable. You are right. You are right. Yes, indeed. So real quick, in some sad news, we don't ever like to talk about sad news, but two things we got to get to, man. Number one, VA legend. We VA boys.
Yes, sir.
VA legend has passed away. Man, R.I.P. Magoo, bro.
Man, crazy, dog. It caught me off guard, man.
It caught everybody off guard. Yeah. Young, super just fun rapper. I had a chance to be around him, be in the studio with him a couple times. Super nice, just man, nice dude, bro. Just nice dude. It took everybody by surprise. And just prayers out to him and his family. And that's VA, man. VA, we lost one.
And I love, bro, like at that time, bro, because everybody was trying to be so unique. And it's like, I love because he figured out how to stand out. He was like he had his own flow, like, you know what I mean?
Just dared to be different, bro.
And bro, them beats, I went back and this a song he got with Tweet. This like the Indian sampler. I love that beat, bro. Like he has some joints on there. They got their projects was crazy. The Surrounded by Idiots, the early high school.
Oh yeah,
him, Pharrell and Tim. That joint is crazy. It's like, yeah, that's wild. So shout out to Magoo, man, legend.
Yeah, man. Also, the Black Godfather. Boy, oh boy. It's rare that someone passes and it's more of a respect feeling than a sad feeling. It's been a minute since someone passed away, and I'm like, why? I feel too much of life well lived to be sad about it. So,
man, shout out to both of them, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was a crazy couple of days.
Yeah, man.
And during the anniversary of hip hop, but man, shout out to them, bro.
Yes, sir. All right, so you had an interesting topic here that I wanted. I was like, I want to hear about this. And you said, what producers can learn from barbers?
Yeah, so I came up with the topic of what producers can use from barbers. Just thinking about the producer community. And if you've noticed, especially if you live in an inner city or you're hip hop, you most likely go to the barbershop. And over the last few years, everyone is no secret, barbers' prices have gone through the roof, man. Inflation. A haircut, oh, bruh, small loan for a haircut now. I came up, haircuts was $12, something like that. Now, I think my haircut, and I may be on the low side with some people, I think my haircut's like $43, $45.
And then you got a tip.
And then you got a tip on top of that.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at. We right at the same. Yep.
So but if you think, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and then there's levels, because now I don't know if you've been to the celebrity barbers, right? What they do is you can go to the celebrity barber, it's $100. But if someone pays the skip fee, they can skip in front of you in a haircut.
I'm sorry,
so you could be waiting there for 2 hours, and then somebody could pay this fee and they skip in front of you. So that happened to me. I was waiting on this dude. Everybody's like, this is the best barber. My barber was out of town. I was desperate. I was like, I'm about to go to this dude, and I was sick because I had to pay this crazy fee. But I think I was going somewhere. I was about to get on a flight or something. I had to get a haircut, right? And then somebody paid. I waited for like an hour and 30, and then somebody paid to skip in front of me.
Oh, nah.
Bro, I got up and walked out. I'm like, I'm good, bro. Like, I'm never coming back here, bro.
Yeah, nah. The only skipping that would have been happening. You seen the way that they were skipping at that Montgomery brawl, skipping towards that boat. That's the type of skipping that would have been going on.
Some rocks.
Fam, it's bad enough I'm here. I'm waiting. I took out the loan for Bank of America to get this haircut. And now somebody comes along and like, skip, draw 4, reverse. And now I'm out the game. Like, bro. What?
Yeah, nah. Atlanta is different.
Don't do that to me in a place with too many scissors. Come on, bro. Let's not do that. But anyway, the real topic though is what can producers learn from that? In a day when barbers are now charging, let's just say $50 for a haircut, coming from $12, producers went from charging astronomical amounts of money to charging like $10, going in the complete opposite direction. Now with barbers, the one thing you don't see, I don't know why, shout out to them, it's not like some people raise it to 50 and other people like, now's my chance to undercut, I'm gonna go to 20 and get more people. No, all of them raise their prices collectively, and now that's just the new standard, and that's what you have to pay if you want to cut. As producers, why don't producers do that? Do you think producers can, and this is for you in the chat, do you think producers can even get together and have the least of us resist the temptation to undercut?
I don't think so. It's something about music where people just don't follow that rule. Because Jermaine Dupri was saying something similar about DJing, right? It was a big thing about him saying, because it's DJs in Atlanta do 6 hours and they get $200. That's why I don't DJ a lot of clubs anymore. Because it's like, bro, the stress and the pay is not worth it. For a lot of those big clubs, the clubs that get you the looks, they don't pay no money. The stuff that make the money is like the corporate events, the weddings and stuff like that. That's what really makes the money. The clubs don't make no money. And it's like producers do everything to get in these clubs. And it's like, they'll do it for $100. They'll do it for $50. They'll do, and it's like, even if we all came together, it'll be some new kid who doesn't know the rules who will just be like, yo, I'll do it for $25.
What is it about the barber community that it was never a question? It just seemed to happen like a school of fish. They just all turned at the same time. What is it about them that is different from us? Why are we such a desperate group?
I think it's just no structure in music. I think other stuff, it has some kind of structure and hope, and people could see, like in a corporate, you know what it is. You know, you can go up the ladder, you could do this, you could do that. But in music, it's wild, wild west. There's no rules. So I feel like everybody is so hungry to get an opportunity, right? That people will do anything to get some clout or opportunity, because it's hard to get. It's, you know, so it's like, if I gotta be like, yo, I'll charge lower just to show people, you know, and it's like, I get it. It's certain, like, perfect example. Somebody hit me about a gig, right, to DJ. And she was like, "Yeah, I want you to DJ. It'll pay this amount every week, and it's a good amount, great amount for DJing one, you know, gig, right, a day." But she wanted me to come in and DJ for 6 hours for free to audition. I'm like, ma'am, at this point in my career, I'm
Nah,
not doing none of that kind of stuff. If you don't, if you look at my resume and my mixes and my track record, and you don't want to hire me, I'm not the fit. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
it's because I value myself, and I could have easily probably did it and possibly made money, but also I value my time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to meet me somewhere in the middle, and I feel like producers got to do more of that pushback of like, okay, if artists say no, then negotiate, learn that part of the business. You know what I mean? Learn where your line is, where, you know, you don't go past that. But, you know, I do feel like it's a lack of business and a lack of like that, people talking about that part, negotiating and like, you know, like standing firm on a price and being cool with walking away. You know what I mean? Which most people aren't. Most people need the money, so they gonna take that joint. They not, you know, which I get, but you know,
Dog, there should be an absolute minimum, like just a rule. You cannot charge less than this, and it shouldn't be no damn $10 or $20. One of the differences, as I'm thinking about it, between the barber thing and the producer thing, is there's more of a respect for barbers because there's more of a necessity for haircuts. Now, if you're an artist, you would think your necessity for music would be higher than your necessity for a haircut, or at least equal. But when it comes to music production and barbering too, no one is ever like, man, I'm not paying all that. I'll just cut my own hair. No one says that, because you kind of can't. But with music, you see so many people like, no, I'll just go get one for free, but you can't usually with haircuts. And people, I'll do it myself. No, but in music, you hear that all the time, which leads me into another thing. The narrative of I'll make my own, whether it's beats being talked about by artists or whether it's sounds being talked about by producers. I guess I'm into a different topic at this point, but there's that narrative of I don't buy sounds. I'll just make my own.
Right.
Here's the thing. Sounds great because it's an easy sentence or group of sentences to say, but are you good at making sound? Do you know how to make sounds? Right. That's like, oh, the prices in the grocery store are way too high. I'll just grow my own food. Well, do you know how to farm? Do you have the land to farm? Will your family die of starvation before you get good at farming? I.e., would your career die, or would you not make beats until you got good at sound design? Or would you grow horrible food or make horrible beats just because you said, I'm going to do it myself? Like, there's a lack of delegation, and there's a lack of like the team perspective when it comes to production. Everybody wants to be the one-man team, but more and more I'm seeing people like, I'm just gonna make my own. And then you hear that stuff and you're like, sounds about right, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird times, bro.
It's weird though, because I feel like people don't want to be specialists. They want to be like the jack of all trades, which is like, it's cool, but it's not productive. It's hard to get far doing that. And I think people don't understand. It's like, to me, music is like the NBA, right? Like, sometimes you're the star, you're the point guard, and you everybody's looking at you, and then sometimes later on in your career, you got to turn into the 3-point shooter who sits in the corner, right? Because your career is different now. It's a different point in your career, right? So it's like being able to adapt and change to fit those roles is important, and understanding what that role is. But trying to do all of them is like, to me, it's crazy. And it's like, once you realize that, it's like, bro, the best producers have people to help them with sounds. The best producers have people to help them with keys. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I know producers who are great piano players and hire musicians all the time. It's like you have to get out of this. I have to do this stuff, and it's like, bro, music is a collaboration. That's what makes it great. It's like if you're not
That's how it
collaborating,
works.
yeah, it's like you're taking the fun out of it. You taking the best part of it, you know, and making it something, you know. I don't know. So I don't like when people do that kind of stuff when they just super on this rant of like everything's I make everything. It's like, yeah, your beats sound thin and them drums is weak. That's why.
Right. And everybody that you look up to collaborates.
Yeah.
You don't see people out here like, no, I do it all myself. I do this, I do that. No, everyone collaborates with everyone. Name a person. And I'm sure they collaborate with somebody. So
one of Pharrell's biggest hits is stock drums. He ain't make them.
Oh, come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like stock drums, when you load up the keyboard and you go to the drum section, it's just there. And it's like that's
somebody made those drums.
Somebody else made those drums. And it's like nobody's tripping about that, dog. It's like, you know, play your role, understand what your role is and play that. Like if you're gonna be the piano player in this, like sometimes you gotta, you know, do that. But don't try to be the piano player, drummer, the, you know, the sound designer, the violinist. It's like, bro, something's gonna suffer.
Facts.
Something's gonna suffer.
Facts. Dog. So I'll say this. If we did what the Barbers did, dog, we would be out of here. So I'm gonna transition real quick. I'm just gonna mention this. Shout out to everybody with the success of Golden Era drums.
Yes, sir.
I am going to, dog, it's going crazy, bro. It's going crazy. Fire. So thank you, sir. So I'm going to continue this series of making the Ableton racks, basically the sample packs inside of Ableton racks for the Ableton gang. So it's taking sample packs to a new level because it's having a sample pack, but now it's in a player that you can select the stuff while you play along. It's more interactive, more like a VST, just a more like customized type of VST. But I don't know why I never did this earlier. I've always done stuff like this for my personal beat making, but I just never released it. And yeah, I should have done that. So the next one, I'm working on the next one already. Been doing that all week. That's why I don't know if Ponzu is still in here. Ponzu, I was going to do the trap one next. Naturally, Ponzu gave me an idea. One time I talked to him, he's like, yo, you should call it Platinum Era. So I'm like, bet. I'm rocking with that. So working on Platinum Era, that is coming next. In the meantime, Golden Era drum still going strong. And no one's really taking sample packs and putting them into players or anything like that now. So I'm with it. It's going to keep going. Outside of drums, you know, maybe loops and stems and all that type of stuff. Just get the whole collection, the whole suite.
My bad. I'm right. I had an idea for your cover for it, and so I'm just like writing it down for you.
Oh, you know I was gonna hit you up too.
Oh, yeah, I just thought of what to do.
Yo, thank you, because I was like, you know what? By the way, people don't know you helped me out last time. That cool snare on the cover of Golden Era drums, Young Trizza. Young Trizza came through. He gave me a selection because he's the, you know, Midjourney master.
I'm the part-time creative director. That's what I do. I just send all my friends like random. I be like, yo, post this on social. Do this. Here's a graphic.
That's a fact. So I was like, damn, Platinum Era. Not quite sure what to do there. Oh, I got hit my dog up. So I'm happy.
As soon as you said that, I was like, oh, I know what to do.
Wow, man, come on, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's why you're him. That's why you're him, man.
Timothy
Duncan. Right. I was trying to think. Himbaland. Yeah, that's you. We don't gotta spend a whole bunch of time on it. Did you hear Avid got acquired?
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Is it, you know, that meme is like, is it a little bit suspicious? Like everything is getting acquired, dog. And I get it. It's not business, but it's the timing and everything. It's just weird.
Everything. It's kind of like when all the people started selling and buying catalogs.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, all right, for 1 or 2 or 3 to even happen, but like it's all happening at the same time because, you know, Moog just got acquired by Kai. Now Avid's been acquired by STG. Somebody else got acquired, but anyway, they've been acquired for, was it 1.4 billion? $1.4 billion. I actually included a link in the notes, but I'm too lazy to click on it and do more reading. But they got acquired by STG.
I just don't think of Avid. I mean, I'm sure Pro Tools is going crazy, but I just don't hear about people talk about buying Pro Tools and stuff anymore. It's like I don't hear about it like that. It's like only people I know to use Pro Tools is engineers and studios. But outside of it, it's like, damn, is it that many studios? There's one put.
I mean, it's a staple.
Yeah, I mean it is. It's the but it's just, man, did they change the subscription? That train is working. What are they doing?
I don't know.
But 1.4 billion.
Yeah. It's not really affecting me in any way. I'll be honest with you. I've never used Pro Tools. I mean, of course, when my songs get mixed to some by a real engineer, they send Pro Tools. But me personally, never. I never owned Pro Tools, never used Pro Tools. Just respect it as a staple.
Bro, I just found my copy of Pro Tools 11 in my iLock like the other day, and I don't know what to do with it because I'm like, they probably on like Pro Tools 20 by now. 1, 2, what do you do with that old? You know what I mean? It's like, it ain't like Fruity Loops and you get like a free update or something. You know what I mean?
Nothing. Yeah, it's like all them iLocks I found for them Cubase. I had like 10 copies of Cubase. Got mad iLocks for them joints.
I hated that.
Terrible.
iLocks
was a terrible time.
The iLocks are the paper straw of inventions, bro. Like, it's trash, bro. iLocks were whack. I didn't like them.
Damn,
it's just too many. It's too much space. You know what I mean? You got to unhook, and then you try to load something, you forget the iLock. Bro, it's a whole thing. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, I need this plugin right now.
You really tried to monopolize a whole USB port on my computer, bro. For real, you did. For real? Yeah. Now I got the hub, and now you stuck in the hub, all big and goofy looking. Come on, man. Let's
Okay, this is interesting. Grammy's new category for AI submissions. Huh.
Yeah, so the Grammys added a bunch of new categories, actually, but one of them is for AI submissions. I included it. I didn't read the entire article. I've heard both things about this. I've heard if there's AI used, the human element of it is eligible for consideration. And then I heard no AI assisted music is eligible. So I have the article open right now, but I'm not going to read it because we're live. But I just think it's interesting that the AI stuff has moved the needle so much that now the Grammys are like, listen, before the next one come around, we have to take this into account. AI is changing a lot of industries. You see what it's doing to the writers, the writer in the movie and TV industry.
Oh yeah, it's going down.
Music is it seemed like it was going to hit music the hardest first, and it's like a storm. It was headed that way. It kind of hit, and then it veered off and hit something else, which was the music and TV genre. Oh, it's coming back.
Dog.
Yes, sir.
I was telling my homeboy, me and my homeboy had a whole conversation. I said, yo, AI and music is like around the corner, right? Like where it's like dolls and all this, like people don't think of it now, but it's right around the corner, right? And if you follow Mike Karen, who is like I want to say president of Atlantic, he's something super high up at Atlantic, right? Mike Karen, incredibly successful, executive. All he talks about is AI. If you follow on Instagram, all he talks about. Do you not think that Atlantic has millions invested in this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if the head guy, if you go on, I guarantee if you go on his page, if you scroll 2 swipes, you're going to probably see 10 posts about ChatGPT.
There you go.
You're going to see posts about AI. You're going to see, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, like, we have to keep your eyes open for this, understand how this is working. And two,
it's the ability to make superstars out of not people, you know?
Yeah. And I wonder too, and this sounds crazy, but people got a finesse Grammy. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean when I say that? It's like they got a Grammy, but it's like you go to a category and like, it's still a Grammy. You get a Grammy, you get a Grammy, but it's a way that you can kind of game the system. I feel like of like you get in and the category is not that much competition. It's I feel like it's ways. I feel like people.
It's like releasing your album on a day when no one else is dropping, so you could be number one.
Exactly, you still number one, but
wasn't a lot going on over there.
Yeah, and Yeah, I feel like people are gonna be aiming for that with these AI joints. Like that's gonna be the new little generating.
Not best international country band ensemble award.
Yo, this is
Yeah.
crazy. Oracle. This is B-List says I heard Mike Karen had a book breaking down all the hits history. Probably
The formula joint.
Yeah, you've heard this yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like everybody talks about that in the studios. Like, I heard this a studio with a book in it. I mean, it is it's a bunch of books there about a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, if someone could write a book like that, he's one of those people.
Yeah. Hey, Atlantic is, it's not a secret. It's like they're very formulaic. That's like their thing. It's like, yo, we're gonna stick to a formula. We got our own writers. We got our own production team. We're gonna stick to this formula. We're gonna churn out hits, and we're gonna find people with massive followings and put hits on them.
It works, bro. And so music is a creative thing. I'm a bit formulaic as well as creative myself. So I appreciate people who are formulaic. Because when you're formulaic, you have standard operating procedures, SOPs, and ways to do things. Like, oh, I do this, that. So then you take that type of mindset, and then you add Chat GPT into the mix because you have all of this formulaic data, steps, and processes. So this would be the easiest place or the easiest type of person to take something like this and just go extra crazy. Because you wrote down, you're not trying to think about how you make a hit or what's different from this hit than that hit. You like, no, you do this, that. Come on, man. You couple that with AI, you out of here.
Oh, you going crazy.
No, you out of here.
What does this melody have in common with all 50 of these melodies? Oh, cool. Thank you. Generate 100 melodies.
Man.
Bro, people don't understand. When it hit,
think I ain't rocking with it. I am.
I'm about to be in there like Tony Stark. Jarvis.
Facts. Dog, yeah, it's up. Yeah, chat GPT is going crazy in this house. I don't know.
Hey man, if y'all haven't,
know about you guys.
Get the producer playbook. It's a book, a course that me and Oracle put together with all our AI tricks and secrets that we used to run businesses, create content, and do all this stuff. It's there. So
yeah,
how we be talking about doing all this, we've laid it out. So if you're interested in AI and helping your music, it's a thing to check out. It's fire.
There we go. Let's see. We talked about Travis. Okay, here's something. Oh yeah, we got like 8 minutes left too, so this will be good. Here's something new that I want to do. It's a game that I didn't come up with. Right. I did come up with this game. I got it from it's this Instagram site I follow. It's these two brothers. I think they call like Bread Basket.
I know
something.
exactly what you're talking about.
And yeah, follow those guys, man. They are funny, but they do something. I figured it'd be cool to bring it over to the production community. So, with that being said, bruh, blind rank these 5 DAWs without knowing which one comes next. So I'm going to tell you one. You just rank it. You got slots 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You got to rank it without knowing which comes next.
Okay.
Starts you out. You ready, sir?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Logic.
4.
Damn, that's your strategy. You gonna put Logic down to the 4 off the rip.
I don't think many people gonna argue me down.
Ooh. Okay.
It's a safe bet. It's a safe bet because I could think of 3 off top that people would pick. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not mad at that. But you don't know the strategy though. So
I don't.
Cubase.
5.
Ooh, bold, son. Bold you are. I say so. Let's go Logic. I said Logic. Ableton.
1.
Woo! Oh, my heart just smiled on that one. I wouldn't say that's a bold pick either. Like Ableton at number 1, not too many people are gonna argue.
I think it could go either way between 1 and then 2. I don't know what's next, so I'm just kind of banking on, you know what I mean? Hedging my bets,
So we got Ableton in the 1. I usually write this down. We got Ableton in the 1. We got Logic in the 4.
Mm-hmm.
And we got Cubase in the 5. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sir. So you have the 2-spot and I think all you got is a 2-spot left, right?
I think 2 and 3, right? Yeah.
2 and 3. You got 2 and 3. All right. Bitwig.
Can I change the answer? Can I change the answer? Jeez. Jeez. I guess I gotta put it at 3.
It's smart move. And that's cool. That leaves you with FL Studio in the 2. That was my last one. So it's not bad.
Okay. I knew you was gonna throw one in. That's why I was trying to bet, trying to hedge my bet, because I knew it was gonna be one in there that threw me off.
Yeah, I left a couple out. I didn't put I was gonna put Studio One in there, but to me, Studio One, I would rate Studio One and Logic equally. Those are almost like the same to me. But the Cubase Bitwig is the throw right there.
Yeah, that was tough. When you said Bitwig, I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, buddy.
Fantasy football ruined.
So that was just our first time playing this. I'm gonna do it every week with different categories because it's just fun to do. But I just want to try it out.
Next time I have it better.
Yeah. No, I got you. All right, we can check this chat before we get up out of here because we have 3 minutes left.
I think chat, we pretty much caught up.
All right, man. So what you got? Wait, no. You have a product on the horizon.
Yes, I do.
Somewhere in the near future.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop it. Let me look at the calendar. I'm gonna say it now, so I have to drop it. I'm gonna drop it on the 1st.
Commitment in real time.
September 1st. I'm dropping it. Anti-Beat Block MIDI Pack 2. Man, a bunch of original MIDI in the categories like pop, hip hop. Pop, hip hop, trap, so it's like they're separated, so you can get them by categories, by different genres. You can get them. We have a bonus which comes with drum MIDI, one-shot instrument bonus, and there's a bunch of other bonuses. So that's coming out September 1st. I just decided that just now when I looked at the calendar. So
sounds fire.
Yeah, but it's been done. I'm excited. I just gotta get the marketing stuff together, and it's gonna be fire. I'm excited. That was like most requested thing that I've had. Everybody's like, yo, I need another MIDI pack. So it's gonna go crazy. Yeah, I'm excited,
bro.
What about you? What you got coming up besides the new?
Okay. Well, before I talk real quick about the new one that's coming up, Golden Era Drums, since it's still going crazy and it's the anniversary month of hip hop, anybody that tags me and uses Golden Era Drums in a beat making video, I'm reposting people all month throughout August. I got a few people I need to go ahead and get those posts up. But thank you to everybody that's going crazy. And because of that, Platinum Era is coming next. Same deal, just the special controls will be different. This one, so far, the way I've developed it, it has 808s in it, pitched 808s in the rack too. So you got kick, snare, hats, all that, and you got the 808s in the rack. And I've been developing a special adaptive side chain system. So where you can play your kicks and your 808s at the same time, regardless of the kick you choose, regardless of the 808 you choose, they're always going to play well together.
That's fire.
Yeah, it took me a while to develop that. And a few other special features. And it's coming with, of course, the MIDI. I had hi-hat loops in the last one. I got trap hi-hat loops in this one. Full MIDI drum patterns and a few other bonuses. So yeah, it's gonna go crazy, man. The saga continues. And of course, we talked about it earlier, the producer AI playbook. Pick that up.
When you say advanced side chain, that joint sound like, how when you get a car and they be like the advanced drive chain.
Facts.
I was like, we have advanced side chain. I was like, yeah, that sounds fancy. That sounds like extra $10,000 right there.
Facts. But yeah, you can because you can side chain the kick to the 808. But the thing is, that's when you know the kick and you know the 808. You can set the settings. But what if you're switching through kicks and they're all different and the 808 is all different? How do you do that adaptively on the fly and make it always work? So I spent a few days like messing around with that, and I've developed this whole system that it works all the time. So I'm excited. That just shows the innovation that I'm trying to bring to this whole game. And I'll be letting people check it out. Ponzu will be my first beta tester. since he had the idea for the name.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, bro. But I think that is it for us, bro.
Yes, sir.
So good show, son. Good show.
Yeah, man. I'm about to chill out, and then y'all gonna see me in the club tonight. I'm back in the club.
Hey.
I tried to get away, and they've dragged me back. So
that man will come home smelling like hookah and success.
Hey, man. Hey, I will say, it's great for networking. Because where else will you see that many people, bro? If I told you all the people that came to that last party, they all like in the section, they all in the same area. So, bro, I be networking, boy. I'm network LaFleur. I'm talking to everybody.
Hey, man, we'll network it up and maybe you have some dope to tell us next week.
Yes, sir.
But speaking of next week, listen, it's been another episode of UnQuantized Podcast, and we will see you next week.